Mark Duda with us, the head football coach here at Lackawanna College for the Falcons. And Coach got an opportunity to talk with a lot of players today. Great to see these guys, and a lot of talent on this team. Let's get first with the offense. Start with your quarterback. He's got a lot on his shoulders, a little undersized, but he's got some talent, and he's got a mission with coming off an injury as well.
Yeah, he came off an ACL in the spring and really needed to kind of show his wares in the summer to win the job, and did. Shane is a super aggressive kid. He's a left-hander, so the ball comes out a little bit different, but certainly has a great arm and a great head for the game, and we think he's a reliable choice for us.
Got to talk with Anthony Wiggin up front. He's absolutely ecstatic about the offensive line, tackle to tackle. There's offers all over the place. Talk about how you're going to try to build off of what that offensive line could do.
You know, I know it seems cliche, but those guys, as they go, we're going to go. I mean, it is a better offensive line than we've had in a long time, and we usually have a pretty good one. So, you know, Wig, I think, is the number one tackle in America. And then Javoisi, the other one on the other side, has like 20 offers, and everybody has a whole bunch of offers, but they're good. They work together. They're a hard-working group of guys, and I think it's going to help us pay dividends for us as the season goes along.
Let's talk about some of the other skill guys, the receivers and running backs this year, and how that'll all mesh together offensively.
No, I like the receivers. Some of the young receivers, Avon Black and a few of those guys are really spectacular players. They came out of nowhere to come in and have great summers, and now we're going to play. Running back-wise, we'll do it by committee like we always do. We'll have 3 or 4 guys that go, but Darius Brown, a kid from Dade County in Miami, has the most overall speed. He's a 4.3 kid, so he has super explosive, ability outside, and I think all together we're formidable as an offense.
Get over to the defensive side of the ball, and there's a dude up front that just he's pretty much unblockable.
Yep.
Let's talk about him.
Savion Williams is a 6'5", 313-pound guy that can really run. Has just great natural strength. Had it probably the day he was born. Is the number 1 ranked defensive tackle in the United States, and is going to Tennessee after he leaves us. So a big-time guy, but he's not alone. We have skill. Our 2 safeties, Brown and Brisker, are both Division I players. One's committed to Penn State. One was an 8-game starter at Cincinnati last year as a true freshman. Okay, so both of those guys are fantastic players, big, tall, long kids. So we're really good defensively as well. I think we're super explosive defensively. We get to the ball in a hurry, rush the passer really well. And it's just kind of like everything else. No mental errors. Less of those you make, the more games you win.
That matchup every day in practice, these 2 guys up front, they say that it's a constant battle. What's it like seeing that from your perspective? You've had a lot of good ones here at Lackawanna College, but I'm sure at some point you might be eating popcorn saying, it's pretty fun to watch.
It's incredible. They've probably had 200 coaches between them see them in the last year, and they work against each other every down. So they get better as time goes along, but it is watching college football. When you watch those 2 guys, it's like watching Ohio State, Penn State. It's like watching Florida, Auburn. That's what you're looking at, that type of athlete playing against each other every day. So they've been up in their game is better because of each other. And so when they play against like mere mortals or normal players, I said they really shine because they've been working against the toughest guy they're going to play against all year, every day.
Let's talk about the schedule right off the gate. Team you don't know?
No, ASA Miami. They're all the way down in Miami, and they're going to come up and meet us in Charlotte. We're going to leave tomorrow. On Sunday, we're going to play the game. So it'll be us versus them in Charlotte, North Carolina, at their stadium. I know a little bit about them. I know their head coach used to be at ASA New York, so we know him a little bit. But they obviously have talent from that part of the country. They have super speed all over the place. And so it's always the jitters of the first game, scared of living bejesus out of all of us because we don't know what we're going to get at the beginning. But we're a more veteran group than we normally are, and I think if things go a little sideways, these guys have the ability to straighten it out.
Let's talk about this team and camp and how things went the first few weeks, getting acclimated, getting these guys in, making sure that some guys stick around, all that stuff, just like any other college. If somebody goes down to Temple or over to Rutgers or something, getting guys to stick around and buy in and say, hey, give this a shot.
No matter how nice the facility, no matter how nice the school, no matter how nice you treat them, they're still not home. Half of our team, 66 players on our team, are 18. So they miss home, and often they consider leaving. And that's where the older guys come in. The guys who have been here and understand what's out in front of them. So our older guys take the younger guys on and tell them, look, camp doesn't last forever. And those hard practices don't last forever. So you have to kind of realize that as a player. But you're right, we have so many freshmen in our program, twice as many as any four-year school would have, that it takes a lot more from the coaching staffs and from our older guys to keep them here. Once they stay, they're phenomenal.
Let's talk about that coaching staff. A lot of guys stay here, and you're really fortunate. You're the first guy to say, listen, I got a tremendous coaching staff. Let's talk about any new additions this year to help out the Falcons.
You know, we do have some new ones. We have, Terry Norris was a running back for us a few years ago. He went to Tennessee, Chattanooga, graduated. He's going to come back. He's a defensive back coach. We have Ray Drayton. Ray's from upstate New York. Super, very, very bright guy. He's going to coach our linebackers for the first time. We have David Gonzalez, who played for us also. He's from Texas. And Dave came on back, and he's working with us now as our running back coach. So we're getting guys who were alumni guys for us coming back and coaching with us. And and it's, I say this in all sincerity, and whoever would hear it, our guys do not coach for the money. They do not. They don't make enough money here really to make any difference in their life. But boy, they make differences in young people's lives. And that, to me, it says volumes about the kind of men they are.
Yeah, and just about every player you talk to, they all have that story. And a lot of it, you're getting the credit for it, but it's your coaching staff in the long run that's making this thing kind of all stick together and making these guys get offers from Penn State or going to Tennessee for that matter.
Remember, our guys, most of these guys are offered were 0-star guys. They weren't 5-star guys or 4-star guys. They were 0-star guys. They were guys that everybody kind of either gave up on or forgot. And then they got here, and a year later, they became the prettiest girl to dance. So I guess if you work with kids long enough and you have enough faith in them, that they'll raise their game up to a level that you never could imagine. And we have great coaches who work with them. And frankly, we could never do it without them. A coach told me a long time ago, John, he said this: if I wanted just my opinion, I'd fire y'all. I want their opinion too.
Got to talk a little basketball. What do you think of this new floor here at the Sturton Union?
It's gorgeous. The athletic department does a great job. Joya Whittington does a fantastic job as an AD. She is super. She's on top of it. She's organized. And so for me, working with someone like that is super, super refreshing, and it gives us a great leg up as far as our athletics go. And the place is beautiful. And let's face it, it's historic and it's beautiful all at the same time. You can't hardly find that.
And a new selling tool. I mean, I just said, it is historic, but now with this new floor, it's awesome for everybody coming to Lackawanna College. Mark Duda, always a pleasure to catch up with you. Look forward to talk to you throughout the season about this Falcon team, and we wish you the best in the opener.
John, thanks so much.